Welcome to She Wears the Pants, the podcast where women build companies that can hold their calling. I'm your host, Ashley Deland, business advisor, multi-business founder, and startup investor, guiding women to scale with structure, strategy, and self-mastery. Every week, we go behind the scenes of high-growth, women-led brands to talk about the real work, the identity evolution, the leadership required, and the strategy that actually sustains success. If you're ready to build a business and life you love, you're in the right room. So today I'm joined by a powerhouse in the world of storytelling and through thought leadership, Tricia Brouk. As an award-winning director, producer, and speaking mentor, Trisha has helped thousands step onto big stages like TEDx and Speakers Who Dare. She's the founder of the Big Talk Academy, the host of the Big Talk podcast, and now the force behind the Big Talk Press. Her genius really lies in transforming professionals into powerful, sought-after voices that leave a really big, lasting impact. And today, we're diving into what makes a speaker unforgettable, how to own your own story and voice, and the secrets to making an impact that lasts. Trisha, welcome to She Wears the Pants. It is such an honor to have you here.
Ashley, I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of your show, and I can't wait to support your audience and the listeners.
Oh, thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Okay, so to start, can you tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurial background and how you got started in this world?
For sure. I am from Missouri. I moved to New York City over 30 years ago to pursue a career in professional dance. And I was one of the rare few dancers who actually performed all over the world and who got paid to do this amazing love. And while I was traveling, I realized, okay, when I'm not performing or traveling or touring, how am I going to make money? So I started my first company, a fitness company. And then I realized, okay, I can actually hire a team of trainers to train my clients while I'm on the road. So I had passive income before passive income was a thing. And that was my first entry into being an entrepreneur. That fitness company is still alive and well. I still have clients who've been with me for over 30 years. And that company has been part of my heart and part of my journey. And as I was touring all of the world as a dancer, I then started moving into film, television, and theater, and directing, choreographing, writing, producing. And all of a sudden, a friend of mine who was a fan of my work, she said, I want you to direct something. I just landed a TED Talk and I want you to direct me. And I said, that sounds fun, just like a one-woman show. I'll work with you on script analysis, on choreography and blocking, on intention, and it'll be a mini one-woman show, just like I do with actors. And that's exactly what we did. And after that experience, she planted the seed that I should do this. I had zero online presence. I was not on Facebook. Instagram wasn't a thing. I had a very minimal LinkedIn profile. And I then thought, okay, the work that I did with Petra Kolber, who is an amazing thought leader, if I can actually support speakers in having their voices heard and leaving a lasting legacy, then I'm leaving a lasting legacy. And the ripple effect goes on and on and on. And all of a sudden, as you know, when you rise up and you make the decision, the universe brings you what you need. And all of a sudden, I had all these amazing speakers and thought leaders and no place to put them. What does a theater producer do? Well, they put on shows. So what's the best show I can put on for my speakers? TEDx. Wow. So I became the TEDx producer of TEDx Lincoln Square in New York City, produced that show for 2 years, outgrew them, created my own platform, Speakers Who Dare, and then founded the Big Talk Academy. And we have put thousands of speakers onto big stages. And it is because I use my experience from film, television, and theater as a director and the theatricality that I am, that's in my DNA to support high-level professionals and thought leaders and speakers who want to have an impact And that is how I got into this work and this business.
I love that you really honed in on your passions, your values, your mission, your morals, and then you kept disrupting. Like you were like, okay, I'm going to go down this avenue. It doesn't matter what limiting beliefs are coming in my way. I'm going to go after it. And then I've outgrown here and I'm going to disrupt onto a new level. That is just the true idealism of what a successful entrepreneur is. What were some of the fears, the challenges, the obstacles that you were experiencing as you were growing into these new levels of service?
It's such a great question, Ashley. And because I will always be a dancer, but officially I'm a former dancer. I'm not actually dancing and performing like that anymore. But as a dancer, rejection and no was a daily experience. So I often say my discipline, my grit, my tenacity, and my high risk tolerance makes me the perfect entrepreneur. Because as a dancer, I had to constantly hear no. I had to find another opportunity. I had to keep going to auditions. When you hear no all the time, for me, it's not yet. For me, it's what's next. For me, it's keep the story moving. And that's exactly what I do as an entrepreneur. So some of the challenges and obstacles, and your listeners probably have experienced this or are currently experiencing this, is hiring the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many folks out there who say they know what they're doing and they don't. And we have to kiss some frogs before we get the right team. We have to kiss some frogs before we get the right social media person or online space ops person. And so I encourage your listeners to give yourself permission to make mistakes and get up from those mistakes quickly, because you have something important to do. And for our community, they have something important to say. And so we're constantly reminding them that vet everybody that you're coming in contact with, vet organizers who want to book you to speak. Don't just say yes because you want to be on a stage. You need to audition them as well. And that's really something important that I hope your listeners can take away from this today.
Okay, I love that. So what I'm hearing from you is the permission to make mistakes, the permission to hear no, and reframe it as not yet, or maybe there's something better. And to also very much remember that this is a two-way street, and to not only build the team behind you to support the dream, but also to vet them.
It's really important that you vet not only your team if you're building a company and as an entrepreneur. Obviously, don't hire people because you like them. Hire people because they know how to do the job. And when it comes to speaking on someone's stage, just because they have a platform does not mean they will take care of you as a speaker. Correct. This is one of the biggest mistakes that speakers make when they decide they want to do a TED Talk. Is they say yes to the event because it's a TED event or a TEDx event, but they don't vet the organizer. One of the questions that is missing from the process of becoming an organizer and getting your license is, do you know how to produce an event? That question is not in the application.
That is shocking. Really shocking to me.
So if this organizer doesn't know how to produce an event, meaning good lighting, good sound, not micromanaging you, making sure that there's going to be people in the audience, making sure that there is a tech crew, that there is someone handling the speakers so that you have a good experience. If they don't know how to produce an event, run. Do not walk from that event, because that video, you do not own it. And it will live online for the rest of eternity. And that is not what you need in terms of your credibility.
Oh, such a good pointer there. I come from such a heavy event background. I was director of events and marketing for a really big Canadian media company. So it's literally in my blood. And I remember going through preliminarily the process of putting on a TEDx event here. And I think you're correct. I don't think that they even vetted who the person was as the host. And I remember saying something like, oh, that's odd. And you just reminded me of that. Okay, so many people, I'm going to pivot a little bit more into the speaker realm. So many, let's just say women, are hesitant to share their story or to take the leap into becoming a TEDx speaker because they think I've heard a few lines, but one of the predominant ones is it's already been said before. So they're hesitant to go on and share their story because they feel like it has been said before, either by themselves on other avenues or by somebody else. What do you say to that?
First of all, there's only one you, and your unique point of view makes what you say uniquely yours.
Mm.
If it's been said before, trust me, it's all been said before. There are very rarely new ideas. However, there's only one you, and how you share these ideas is going to make it worthwhile and valuable. And I also want to say there are more than just TED stages for you to use to create a speaker platform. I partner with Speak out of New York. I partner with Speak Up Women out of New York. I partner with Oxford Talks in London. And there are myriad of stages that you can speak on in order to increase your credibility as a thought leader and as an influential voice. I also want to ask your listeners to think about this. Most of the people, and probably all of the people who listen to your podcast, Ashley, they don't consciously judge others. They don't silence others' voices.
Okay.
They are not trying to keep anyone else quiet in the world. So why would you violate your own principles of judging yourself and silencing your own voice?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I encourage everyone to think about the importance of sharing your story and sharing your ideas with the world, because there is one person out there who is meant to hear from you. And if you withhold that from that person because of your own fear or stories or limiting beliefs, you are actually becoming selfish. And I know that your listeners are not selfish.
I love that. I was in studio recording a few upcoming podcasts, and one of them was the power of storytelling and how your personal story is one of your most powerful resources as a woman, as an entrepreneur, as a human being. Because when you share the power of your story, other people see themselves in it, and that's how connection and community is really built. Is not the products you're selling; it's the person behind the brand, really.
And that is our vision at the Big Talk, is to unite humanity through speech. I truly believe all voices matter. We do not have to all have the same opinions, and nor should we. And when someone comes into my community and they have a different opinion from the others in the community, that's where real dialogue happens. And our values are inclusion, respect, dignity, curiosity, compassion, and love. And that's why it's important for all voices to be heard. I'll share a story with you specific to women inside of the community. In the US, Roe v. Wade was overturned a few years ago. And that was a big deal for me. And I called my girlfriend, who is Catholic and pro life, and I said, I love you, and I really need to have a conversation with you about how this feels right now. And we got on a call and we talked about it. She didn't change her mind. I didn't change mine, but we talked about it. And we had respect and dignity and curiosity and love for one another and humility. And that conversation is exactly what I'm talking about. We can either be on the side of good and love or hate and evil. And that is why here at the Big Talk, it is all about good and love, and that all voices matter.
I love that. Can you share with me a little bit more about Big Talk and I think how you're using your gift to serve all of these people? Because I mean, you have worked and you continue to work with some of the best speakers in the world, and you know that there's something that they do differently. And my intuition is that that different, unique edge is what you are teaching in Big Talk. So can you lean into it a little bit more for people out there listening, being like, I am so ready to take the stage, to uncover my next version, to be that thought leader? You might be the perfect solution for them.
Oh my goodness. I would love to lean into this. This is why I get up every day. Our speakers really are masterful. There are a lot of good speakers out there. Our speakers are great. And that is because of the process that I take them through. The Big Talk Academy is my framework, it's my methodology. It's a proven, award winning, trademarked process that has an A plus from the Better Business Bureau in New York City, which means I have to prove all the claims that I make. And our speakers go through a process where they learn how to mine for an idea. We talk about limiting beliefs. Public speaking is terrifying. And I can teach you how to coexist with that fear. I can teach you through my years of experience in film, television, and theater how to write an epic script, how to memorize that script so you don't sound memorized, how to create that slide deck so that you stand out above and beyond everyone else because of the theatricality that I'm going to teach you. Sound effects, voiceovers, film, this can all be part of your speaking platform. And then, of course, the speakers, they transform into who they're meant to be during the process. And our speakers have spoken at Google, the World Economic Forum in Davos. They've spoken in front of Congress. They've gotten bills passed, policy changes. I supported Catherine Garcia when she ran for mayor against Eric Adams in New York City. I have supported the most incredible thought leaders because when you are an effective communicator, you can influence people. And it's not about manipulation. It's about effortless, effective communication to inspire others to take action or to think differently.
Oh, so powerful, Trisha, so powerful. Everything about that just gave me so many goosebumps. What is a kind of preliminary go-to strategy? Because I love how you said the fear of public speaking and themselves can coexist. That's a really strong statement right there. What's kind of a go-to strategy that you can leave our audience with that can reframe that fear into power? Just something that they could start utilizing right away in their everyday.
Two parts to that. The first one is if you make it about you, I'm afraid, what if they don't like me? What if I fall? What if I forget? What if I sound stupid? That's all about you. When you make it about the audience, how can I serve them? This message is meant to support them. That's the first reframe. And the second tactical thing that you can do is rehearse under mild pressure. Your body will physiologically betray you when you're on stage in front of people. Sweaty palms, dry mouth, butterflies, without a doubt. I've been on thousands of stages my entire life. My body still physiologically betrays me, but I know how to coexist with it. And that means rehearsing under mild pressure. Start performing your talk in front of your family so that you get those little butterflies and you realize, I can do this. I didn't die. I didn't fall. I didn't faint. You create a confidence competence loop. I can do it. I'm more confident. I'm competent. I'm more confident. So you keep creating that confidence competent loop and then increase the pressure a little bit more. Do the talk in front of your colleagues. So you just raise the stakes a little bit and you realize, I did it. I can do that. So you're teaching yourself how to coexist with the fear, and that during that physiological betrayal, you can actually still get the job done. And then increase that intensity a little bit more, potentially invite other speakers in front of the audience. And so when you rehearse under mild pressure and increase that pressure slightly and slightly and slightly, when it's time to get on that stage, you'll crush it.
Oh, I love that. I have actually never heard that analogy. Yeah, I'm confident and I'm confident and increasing the pressure. I love that. Okay, so for the multiple women that are the hundreds of women that are listening right now, and she knows she has a message inside of her, but she hasn't shared it yet. What is the one thing that you want her to do right now, today, this week?
Own that your message is meant to be heard by someone and step into being the fully expressed influential voice that you are first, and then trust that what you have to say matters and write that down. My voice matters. Start there. Put a post-it on your computer so that you see it every day. And then, of course, take some action. You could get my book, The Influential Voice Book. You can start reaching out to people who need panelists. Being on a panel is a really good way to dip your toe in the water of speaking because you don't have to prepare anything. You can just speak and get on podcasts and start sharing your story.
I love that. I want to talk about the influential voice and all the different means that you are using your gift to be of service to the world. So talk to me about the book, talk to me about the podcast, the academy, all of it, please.
Thank you. The Influential Voice, Saying What You Mean for Lasting Legacy, is on Amazon. There's an audiobook as well. And I wrote this book in 2020. And it's really a how to be a good human book disguised as a public speaking book. So it's a really great opportunity for you to hear some personal stories, what it means to be an influential voice and to have impact and lasting legacy. You can also watch a documentary feature about my work with speakers on Amazon Prime. It's streaming on Amazon Prime and it's called Big Stages. The Big Talk podcast with Tricia Brouk is another free opportunity for you to learn from me and my guests. And the Big Talk Academy, of course, is my signature speaker platform and program. And you can join that anytime. There is a founder edition that happens twice a year where you get access to me. But the Big Talk Academy self-paced curriculum program, which is also still accredited by the Better Business Bureau, you can take that anytime. And it's an opportunity for you to really become the speaker you're meant to be. And I would love to give your audience a free gift today. There's an on-demand masterclass called Command Any Room. And if you go to triciabrouk.com/command, you can download that free on-demand masterclass and start to learn how to command the room that you're in right now.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Tricia, besides your voice matters, what's one message that you hope people remember you for long after the stage lights go down?
That I was kind, fair, and demanding.
I love that. Okay, we're going to wrap up this, oh my goodness, very powerful podcast with our signature She Wears the Pants question. Looking back on your journey of wearing the pants, what message do you want to relay for future generations of women in business?
Together, we are better.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love that. I love that. Tricia, you are a true powerhouse. Everywhere you go, you are just that beaming light. And I'm honored to have you on this podcast. Everybody can go to Tricia Brouk, BROUK.com to get all of your resources, to get that freebie, to follow you, and make sure to go to Amazon to pick up your book and to watch as well the big stage. So Tricia, thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you.
This was She Wears the Pants, where women rise into what they're meant to hold. If this episode moved you, changed you, or challenged you, send it to a woman you want to see rise. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. And if you're ready for deeper strategy, identity expansion, and high-level support, you can find me on Instagram at Ashley Deland. Until next time, keep leading boldly, building intentionally, and becoming the woman your calling requires.